Hey everybody, this is Josh Zwagil. Very excited to get to connect with you guys. I love doing these weekly calls. So again, just throw some flames in the chat or say hello, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Aaron Parker says, we are live. Awesome. All right, just want to get a quick confirmation. Can you guys see me okay, and can you hear me okay? I see we have Jefferson Santos on. Aaron Parker says, let's rock. Robert Hollis. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. I'm going to share just a couple things that's on my mind. I don't have a ton of updates, but I'm going to share some things with you guys. And it is, close to the end of the month. It's March 27th. So I'm assuming that everybody is going to be busy the next couple of days with follow-up calls, reaching out to your teams, making sure everybody has an order in for the month, making sure your customers have ordered, making sure your team's qualified. Those are always really good end-of-month activities to make sure you hit your ranks, drive volume towards the end of the month. So hopefully you guys are all, doing those activities to close the month out strong. I think April is going to be a massive month for MDC. Sometimes it's the biggest month of the year because we have a big sale. We'll talk a little bit about that. But what I want to share with you guys is that we are in interesting times as a society right now, and as an economy, and as an industry. If you look at what's happening, it kind of seems like the global economy could be facing a major recession. But at the same time, you have these crazy advancements in technology. Like, I'll give you an example: artificial intelligence, AI. There's a lot of people that are saying that AI could be replacing jobs. There's people that are leveraging new technology to sell products, to build businesses, to grow faster. So it's a very interesting time. If you look at the network marketing industry, right now there's a lot of companies that are struggling, consolidations. Everybody's trying to compete against e-commerce. And so, I was playing around with AI, yesterday. Just, wanted to see what the hype was about, what everybody's talking about. And it is very interesting. Like, I wrote an entire website in 20 minutes with AI. It's like technology is getting so good that companies, it seems like if they're not able to leverage these technologies, they're going to get left in the dust, because the companies who are leveraging these amazing technologies that are coming out are just going to be able to run faster than everybody else. So I think right now it's so important to partner with a company that can pivot with the times, that can make advancements in technology, that knows where things are going. And that's one of the things that I think MyDailyChoice has done a really good job at. We've pivoted with the times. When we saw, we had a big CBD rush. We knew everybody was buying CBD, but we also knew people wanted variety and choices. So we pivoted. We started launching new brands, and then we saw what was happening with e-commerce. So we built a tech company and then launched all new tech, last year. So one of the things we're always doing is we're monitoring where the industry is at, where technology is at, where AI is at, and we're looking at how to integrate that into the network marketing model. Because if we're like everybody else, then, it's like we're not going to grow. And I believe that companies right now that innovate are gonna be paid huge dividends, and the companies that are not innovating are going to perish. They're going to go away. They're going to become obsolete. And I think you're going to see a divide in our industry. I think you're going to see companies that really are doing things in a unique way, and they're leveraging tech. They're being smart about their business. Those are the ones that are going to flourish. And then you're going to have the ones that are comfortable with where they've been, and those are going to be the ones that are going to start to fall apart. And we're seeing that happen. Big companies, legacy companies that you would think, this company is going to be around for 20 years, and in a blink of an eye, bankrupt and gone completely. So one of the things that we're going to be doing, and we have a really big vision for this, I'm going to share a little bit about that vision on this call, is, we want to do something that's never been done before in the network marketing industry. And I feel like we've already done that with the house of brands, the technology, the amazing back office. We've already, done a lot of things like that, but we want to take things to the next level. And is there a next level? What does that next level, look like for us? And one of the things we're seeing is that e-commerce is blowing up, right? Like Amazon is blowing up. Brands that are taking their products into e-commerce, they're blowing up because it's easy to shop. Products are affordable. There's less friction when it comes to purchasing a product. I mean, you look at Amazon, they did 500 billion last year. No company in the history of network marketing has done that much in revenue. So obviously they're doing something right, and a lot of people are shopping there. Most people are shopping there. And so we want to create a similar vision inside of MyDailyChoice, inside of the network marketing industry. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning MDC into a hybrid of e-commerce and network marketing. Network marketing's our core, right? Affiliates and being able to pay commissions and the compensation plan. That's always going to be who we are. That's how I started. I started out as a network marketer. I made my first $1 million through the network marketing industry. So, we're always going to stay true to the network marketing model, but to compete against e-commerce, we have to be competitive. So you saw in some of the recent communications, we started to move that direction with what we're doing with like shipping, for example, where, we're not able to do free shipping on every order, obviously, but we're making advancements where there's flat rate shipping or free shipping if you get to a certain, dollar amount in purchases. So, our vision is to become more like e-commerce, even though at our core, we're a direct sales and network marketing company. But what we are doing, because we have a house of brands, is we're creating a model through our technology to basically allow other brands to sell inside of MyDailyChoice. Because right now, if you look at our house of brands, we have 10 brands. There's some amazing products that you're able to market and leverage, which, by the way, one of our biggest selling points, I don't know if you guys are using this in your presentations, but one of the biggest selling points is that when people are associated with MyDailyChoice, they're able to leverage so many categories of products. So instead of being pigeonholed into one thing in another network marketing company, they're able to sell a variety of things here. So that's a really big selling point. When you're talking to especially network marketers, you should be mentioning that, because it's not just about come over here and pick a brand and sell that brand. It's more about look at the big picture. You're able to sell so many different categories and verticals that you can't sell in your branded house over there, right? If you're in a branded house and you're just in a skincare company, or you're just in a weight loss company, or you're in a travel company or a trading company, that's all you can do. That's all you'll ever be able to do. But over here, you can do that. Plus you can do 9 other things. Like, that's a really good selling pitch you guys should be using, in your presentation. I know some leaders that pitch that really well. And then some leaders only focus on the one brand that they're passionate about, which is fine. Everybody has a brand that hooked them in, whether it's HempWorks or Akashics or sprays. Everybody has a brand that they may be more passionate about, and you can lead with product, but when you lead with opportunity, you should be selling the fact that there's 10 plus major categories that they can take advantage of instead of just one thing somewhere else. But right now, MyDailyChoice owns and controls all of the brands that we have in our house of brands, right? Like, we designed Akashics, we designed High Life Travel, we designed the sprays, all of these brands, we've developed, we've designed over time. And when we launch a brand, there's a tremendous amount of energy that we put into it as a company. It requires a huge financial investment, tons of marketing resources. It takes a lot to launch a brand. And over the past 8 years, we've launched 10 brands. So that's like more than a brand a year. I know that in 2019, it was like rapid fire, with the brands. So there's a huge benefit for us to be able to do that, to get into new brands, new categories. But when you're launching all of them yourself, it's not as scalable, right? It's not as scalable because it takes time to see which categories are popular, what products are in demand. It's a puzzle to figure out. And so we have this amazing vision where if we can turn MyDailyChoice into a hybrid of e-commerce and network marketing together, there may be a possibility where we can bring on additional brands into MDC. And that's what I want to talk a little bit about. And then I've got some information I'll share with you guys as to what's coming in the future. So we're going to always continue to sell our existing brands, right? We have our 10 brands. We're always going to have the ability to launch, let's just call it an internal brand. That's a brand we design and we've developed. So like if there's a certain category that we know is hot, we may want to launch a brand for that category. That's kind of how it works at corporate. We don't just randomly launch a brand. We want to launch something in a specific category that our members, are asking about, right? If they're asking about a specific product, or if we see a trend where, a lot of people are buying something, specifically, then maybe we put the effort into launching a brand like that. But the idea of becoming a hybrid of e-commerce and network marketing allows us to launch external brands as well. These are brands that we do not own. These are brands that we would do joint ventures with or partnerships with. And so we believe that the future of our industry and the future of really e-commerce is going to be in collaboration. The future's in collaboration. I don't believe it's only in competition. And so our new model that we're going to be launching, this year is going to allow us to collaborate with the best brands out there. So imagine this. Imagine we bring in, let's just say, a big brand, a globally recognized brand. A brand that you already know, a brand you already buy products from, a huge brand comes into MyDailyChoice and you're able to purchase those products, get personal volume for it, sell that product, get business volume for it, and earn a commission on a major brand that already exists. It may be a brand you already know, maybe a brand you already buy from. That's kind of the concept. Also, it may be a brand that you don't know. It may be a brand that's already an e-commerce brand and we're able to bring that in because we love the product, or it's a category that we're not in yet and we want to be in that category. So that's kind of what we've been working on in the future is a model to collaborate with lots of brands. So your wallet share can become much bigger on each person in your organization, because instead of getting just like protein, when they buy their protein shakes and they buy their vitamins, you would get paid. Now the possibilities are endless because there's so many more. It's like transfer spending. There's so many more products that they're already buying. And if we can integrate those different brands and products into MDC, it could do amazing things for your reach. So it's very similar, like just how if a big brand wants to take their products, like let's say onto Amazon, right? They could essentially do the same thing in MDC. They'll be in the future, these big brands will be able to sell their products in MDC, but because there will be volume on all of it, affiliates can earn income by referring these products, to your customers. So this is going to allow for a couple things in MyDailyChoice. Number one, it's going to allow us to expand into new categories faster. And there's so many brands that want to get into network marketing, but they don't have the means to do so, the resources, the network, the technology. There's a lot of reasons. So number one, we're going to be able to expand into new categories faster because we'll be able to quickly integrate with a lot of different brands, which will get us into a lot of categories. This will also allow us to do international expansion faster as well with certain products in certain countries, because, one of the things we look at with international is if we're going to take our products into an international country, there's a lot required with that. We have to get the products registered. We may have to reformulate them. They may need new labels. But there may be brands that already exist in that particular country that are already hot, that are already trending, that are already successful, and so we can integrate with a brand like that in a specific country that's already registered there, that's already on the ground, and leaders in that particular country will be able to immediately start selling that product. So the scalability and the international side of it is quite interesting. So really the vision is for MDC to quickly integrate with these different brands around the world so that we can bring you guys the hottest products and services that are available, whether it's brands that we've designed and developed or brands that, we've done a partnership with. So that's the concept, and that's what's coming to MyDailyChoice. And guys, the product offering that I've looked at over the last 30 days or so has been unbelievable. Some of the products and brands that are coming to MyDailyChoice. People are going to be so excited to sign up in this company just to share their store, because where else can they do that? They can't do that with Amazon. If you want to become an Amazon affiliate, you have to sell product by product. If you become an Amazon affiliate and you want to sell, let's say, product A, you can only promote product A. If you want to sell product B, you can only promote product B. You cannot sell your whole store and get paid every time people buy products. You can't. It's impossible. Amazon doesn't allow it. So our model is, hey, why don't we do that, but for network marketing? And I believe that we're going to be able to execute this vision very quickly because we've been working on it for a while. So here's kind of the timeline. So right now, we've got a big 420 coming up in April. So we're not going to do anything from now until 420. We don't want to disrupt anything with our systems, our website, none of that. So we're going to roll right in to 420. Everybody should be promoting like crazy right now, especially with everything that I'm sharing with you guys. And I'll touch on that just a little bit. But we have 420 coming up. So, we go into 420, and then right after 420 is actually our mastermind event. The mastermind event is on 425. So it's the 25th through the 29th. At that mastermind event, for the leaders who are going to be there, we're going to be unveiling this marketplace model to you guys so you can basically see how this is going to be executed, in May. Because our goal is to launch all of this on May 1st. Okay, May 1st is our goal to have everything up and running for the marketplace, and there's a lot involved with that. But we want to give the leaders an opportunity at the mastermind event to see everything, ask questions, take a look at the model, see some of the upcoming brands that are going to be added to MyDailyChoice. So all of that we're going to unveil that at the mastermind event. Then here are some of the new things that are going to be added, because there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. So first off, we have a new back office. The new back office, a lot of the features are exactly the same. There are some new features that are being added, such as traffic rotators, more website analytics, and things like that. But the biggest upgrade is more of just a design upgrade. It's to the user interface, the styles, the buttons, the functionality, the user experience. There's been a major improvement in that. So we're going to be launching the new back office. So leaders are going to start beta testing it, next month. Some top leaders have already started beta testing the new back office. And May 1st is the target to do the official launch of the new back office. Now, in addition to the new back office, we're also going to be launching a new front-end website to accommodate marketplace, because one of the things we want one of the things we want to be able to show in the shopping cart is what's a preferred brand versus what's a brand partner, right? What's a brand that we have partnered with versus what's a brand that we basically own and control. So there's changes in the shopping cart that we need to be able to have to accommodate that. Also, we thought it would be a great opportunity to upgrade the shopping experience, upgrade the website. There's new e-commerce features and things like that that I think are important to have, if we're going to chase Amazon. So we have a new front-end website. There's going to be a brand directory, which is really cool. Instead of having a page for each brand, there's a directory. Just like when you go into a mall and you have to find a store, you'll be able to search, read about the brand, watch the videos about each brand. It's going to be much easier to see, here's all the brands in MDC. Here's all their features. I can learn more. I can watch the brand videos. So we're moving to more of a brand directory, especially in the future. There could be a lot more brands in the company. So we're not going to be building a custom page, for every single, brand. But what you will see, one of the new things you'll see in the website is each brand will have a brand store. There's going to be the main shopping cart, so people can click on shop just like now, filter by brand, filter by product, search for products. But just like on Amazon, when you see a product on Amazon, there's a hyperlink, visit the brand store. It's going to be the same thing. We're basically taking it right out of Amazon's playbook, So you click on visit the brand store, and that just takes you into that particular brand so you can see their collection of products. And so that's going to be some of the new changes to the front end website. One of the other things we're going to be doing is we're going to be launching a new video for MyDailyChoice that is going to really simplify the opportunity presentation, because one of the things, the house of brands is a blessing in a way because there's so many more angles for people to build. But if you don't pitch it right, it can be confusing to a lot of people because there's so much. So our goal is to simplify your presentation with this new MyDailyChoice video that's coming. We've been working on it. We've seen some versions of it. We've sent feedback, back to the marketing team. So our goal is to get that live quickly once all this gets unveiled and launched, so that you have a video to sell, the MDC marketplace, but also sell the MyDailyChoice opportunity. So that's kind of the idea with the new video. And then after all of this is laid out, starting from May 1st is when we're going to be introducing new brands to MyDailyChoice. That's when you're going to see announcements from the company like, hey, this brand is being added, this brand is being added. That's going to give you guys a lot of momentum, I believe, in your guys' organizations. The PR, the excitement, new products for people to try, I think is going to be very exciting for MDC. And I believe that it's going to be a ripple effect throughout the industry. I believe that what's going to happen is you're going to have some big brands join, you're going to have some cool brands join, but other people are going to see that. And I feel like we're going to incubate so many products, brands, network marketing companies, e-commerce company. I just feel like they're all coming. They're all coming to MyDaily. All roads lead to MyDailyChoice. So anyway, here are some things that you guys want to focus on right now. So if you guys, if you know that this is coming, right? You know that there could potentially be something massive coming to MyDailyChoice. There's two ways to approach it. One way is to just sit around and wait, see what happens. Or another thing you can do is start preparing now, start building now, start to create the hype now. And I believe that there are leaders in MyDailyChoice that do that very well. And then there are leaders that just wait around. So number one, Aaron Parker posted it. We want to close the month of March strong because we want to think about this. You want to go into April with momentum for a couple reasons. One, we have the biggest sale of the year for one of our top selling brands on 4/20. So if you close March strong and you run into April with the announcement of the 4/20 sale, and then you have Marketplace coming right after that, your business could be on fire. Your business could be Like you could transform your business in 30 days. You could transform your whole business. You could hit a new rank that you've never hit before. You could have your team ranking up like they've never ranked up before. So the goal is, we want to run into April with momentum. We don't want to start creating momentum on 420. We want to work now. We want to close March strong now, and then we want to work hard all of April. April 1, April 2, April, all the way up to 420. Like April should be your run month. We run like crazy in April, and we don't stop because this is what's going to help you create massive momentum after all of these announcements. So another thing you want to do is get yourself and your team to the next major My Daily Choice event. There's several coming up. You can go to mdcliveevents.com. We've talked about it on pretty much all of these calls, but A View from the Edge. A View is in June. Then you have our boot camp in Europe. If you have teams in Europe, you should be driving them to that accelerator event in Hungary. At the last event, we had leaders from 20 different countries there in Europe. So get yourself and your teams to the View. Don't wait till the last minute to buy a ticket. Don't wait till the last minute to start calling your team. Like, you need to go now. The train is leaving. We talked about that on the last call. You think, like, there are some serious top players joining My Daily Choice right now. There are people bringing us brands left and right. There's a lot of movement happening in the company, and all it takes is one of these things to light up, one of them to blow up, and the trajectory of the company is changed forever. So your goal is to capitalize on all of that. Capitalize on these future launches. Capitalize on all of the announcements. And so get your team and yourself to the next major MDC events. We talked about this on the last call. Increase the frequency of your meetings, your opportunity presentations, your training calls. Go on tour. Start doing live events. Start doing your Super Saturdays. Like, it is time to completely turn it up. Like, the more engaged your team is, the bigger of an opportunity you're going to have and the bigger of an outcome you're going to have once all of these announcements come out. And then I asked some of the top leaders for some tips, for how to make 420 amazing, because what happens is some leaders leverage it, and they'll have, like, some leaders will do like 1 million in volume in their group in that one day. And then some leaders have nothing that happens in their group in that one day. So a couple things that the leaders mention is you'll want to make sure you have like a VIP list, a customer list or a waiting list. Anybody that's interested in getting a discount on top selling products, you'll want to have your list, pretty much ready to go. Then you'll want to go through all of your old messages. So anyone who's ever asked about CBD, anyone who's ever ordered CBD before, you'll want to have them, ready to go to contact them. You'll also want to contact your entire existing downline of affiliates and customers. Make it a goal to have a personal conversation with everyone in your downline about the sale. Make sure you're doing Facebook Lives. Make sure you're out there posting communications to the team. One of the other things that really helps is having a testimonial bank. If you can have a bank of stories about the different HempWorks products, it's much easier to sell a product to your team by sharing a story of what it's done for leaders or customers in your organization. So as you're talking to your customers or as you're talking to your team, make sure you know what those stories are. Hey, I use the CBD tinctures. Here's what it's done for me. Hey, I use the HempWorks coffee. Here's what it's done for me. Here, I've used the CBD bath bombs. Here's what I love about the CBD bath bombs. Like, have a bank of testimonials. So you're going to market, with stories versus just an ad. Hey, there's a sale. Okay, that's cool. You'll get some people. But if you start sharing stories is what's going to drive people to want to, make a purchase and take advantage of the sale. Candace Bird Davis says, I have a brag book of screenshotted testimonials. That's a great idea too. If you can use those stories during the 420 sale, you'll be way more successful, with that. But guys, listen, I'm very excited about where we're headed with this new model. I believe it could be a game changer for My Daily Choice and for the industry. I feel like we are going to be bringing together some of the hottest brands, the hottest products. We're going to be in a lot of categories that we're not currently in. And so it's going to take My Daily Choice from where we are now, and it's going to expand how wide we're able to go with the brands and with the product offering. And then what that does is it enhances the opportunity. We're going to tweak our pitch a little bit because this is a new model, but between tweaking the pitch, going wide with the brands, and having a disruptive model to talk about in the industry is really going to set My Daily Choice apart. We're already set apart, right? We already have a house of brands. There's like no companies in the industry that have that. We have a better compensation plan. We have amazing technology. We've got a great event system, an in-house training system, but you add this on top of it, it's crazy to think what could happen with this innovative approach. So that's the idea and the vision. I wanted to share it with you guys on this call without giving too much information away. But you guys are in for a treat, and I think next month's going to be one of the biggest months of 2023. And I think it's going to open up a lot of doors, a lot of possibilities for the company and for you guys. So I appreciate all of you guys. Again, let's close out this month strong. Let's run into April with momentum, and can't wait to have an amazing month next month. Thank you guys. I love you all, and can't wait for these releases. Thanks, everybody.